Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a Let's Make video, and what we're making is a bookmark, as you can tell here. I figured I would show you how I have been playing with the bookmark dies to help give inspiration on different ways to use them, or the different styles that I've done, and then kind of a compilation of how I put mine together. These are the Anna Griffin Bookmark dies. When you get your die set, they come with this beautiful pamphlet of inspirations, as well as on the interior you get the instructions on how to put them together and then how to use the dies to get cutting and embossing in your impress machine. The die set comes with 4 style of bookmark dies. You get the traditional long one that has a layering and the base die. You get 2 clip style bookmarks, and then you get the corner page bookmark there with the integrated folded feature. So this is a gorgeous set. It's really fun, super easy to use. And these are some that I started with. These are some of the ones that I started creating. And so this is a basic bookmark. This is the long one. I cut 2 layers for the base die out of white super heavy cardstock, cover stock. It's 350 GSM. Cut the top intricate die out as well in that same, but I took Anna Griffin's ink and I smushed them on, kind of did a swiping technique with her inks first, and then cut that intricate die out of that. And then what I found to do some faux laminating was I used Versamark Dazzle ink. It's an iridescent type medium. Um, it has a shimmer in it. It has a mica powder in it. It's really pretty. It's a frosty color. And then I put clear embossing powder over it, the super large granular clear embossing powder, and heat set that. And I did that a couple times, and it gave it kind of a faux laminate texture. So if you're, you got dirty little fingers because you ate little snacks or something, or whatnot while you're reading, or you're marking pages or something like that, and you accidentally get some ink on it, you can like wipe it off because it's like faux laminated, so it's like really nice and durable and super sturdy. And I just love the feel of it as well. Put a little lace tie on the top of it and thought that this just came out super cool. The next thing that I did was I just cut the intricate portion of that die out and in that same cover stock, and I colored on the cover stock first though. I used my Spectrum Noir sparkle pens. These are really pretty, and did kind of a little bit of colored ink layering, and then did the same thing, faux embossed them, and then did up the edges with a gold gilding pen, added some lace trim, and thought that was kind of a fun way to use the die so you could see through it, and it just gave a fun extra little detail that way. So then after I kind of got the bearings on the dies, I started playing around with what else we could do with it. That way we could keep the bookmarks super flat. I don't like the bulky ones in my books. I don't like it to ruin the pages. So I like mine to be really flat. So then I cut the white card stock out in just a layering one on this large bookmark, and then started using the Anna Griffin Carte Noir rub-on transfers and just layered up a whole bunch of them on it. Then did that same embossing with the Dazzle Versamark ink and then clear embossing powder, and then gilded the edge, and thought that came out. That was a fun way to do it, and thought that was just really pretty. So then I decided to add some stamping into it. So cut 2 more layers of that super heavy cardstock. And then this time added some of Anna Griffin's stamps, and thought that came out pretty fun. This is a Finnabair stamp on the back. Added some more of these are the Celebration Anna Griffin. Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm tongue-tied. What is it? A Celebration floral rub-on transfers. Added a few of those to it. Then this time I clear Versamark inked it, and then clear embossed it, and then edged it with that gilded gold marker, added some lace trim on the top. And I thought this one came out really pretty. I really like how this one, and these are so durable, even with just the 2 layers of that cover stock, really cool. So then I decided to not only add some inking, I was like, let's add some embossing. So added some embossing. So this is Anna Griffin Matte Gold. In the middle of this, though, it actually has a layer of the white cover stock, and then the front and the back are Anna Griffin Matte Gold. Embossed the top, stamped the center, added some more of those. I think this is a combination of. No, these are just a Celebration transfer rub-ons, and then did the clear embossing powder and the clear Versamark ink and heat set that. And I did all of these twice. So I inked it up, clear embossed it, heat set that, and then inked it up again, clear embossed powder, and then heat set that twice to give it a nice texture. And it made like the matte foil, it made it like antique looking. So I thought it went really nice with the motif and thought this one came out really, really pretty. So I really liked this. So then I thought, well, I wonder, I had just gotten in the fantasy film from Crafter's Companion. And so I threw some ink on some more of that white cover stock that was sitting on the table, and the pens were out. So I was like, oh, let's just do this really quick. Die cut that out with adhesive on the back, and then layered it on top of the fantasy film. Put the clear embossing powder over that, since these were the shimmer pins, and you can see that mica in there maybe a little bit. And yeah, just inked it up right over, even over the fantasy film, heat set it, did that twice, and thought this just came out super fun. And it has that really cool, like, neat, it's like an iridescent film in between the 2 layers, and then gilded the edge, put some crocheted ribbon on the end, and thought this was just a super fun way to do that one. So then I was like, hey, let's do some of these other ones. I liked this style better as far as the combination of all the things. So this is Anna Griffin Matte Gold, and this is just 2 layers of Anna Griffin Matte Gold. I wish I would have put the third one, the white cardstock, in between the 2 layers, because this ended up thin. Because I was like, I wonder if you actually need it, or if it would impede this like little clip mechanism. But I think you could have added the third, and it would have been just fine, because just the 2 layers of the matte foil is a bit thin, and so you could have got away with that cover stock in between the 2. But there again, stamped the top, added some transfers at the bottom. I even inked up and clear embossed over the gems as well, so that these would become one with the bookmark. And I wasn't opposed to putting gems on the top, because this sticks out of the book, so it's not going to ruin the pages or anything, and thought that just came out super fun. So I also did it on white, that cover stock, and this is the 2 layers of cover stock, and this one's really sturdy. It's super nice. Used a Spectrum Noir sparkle pen on the top of it, and some gems, and then clear embossed this, and thought this just came out really fun as well. I really like how these look. So then I tried out the corner one, and so I wouldn't have to put a second layer here. I just used my gilding marker here, a sparkle pen here, added some transfers at the top, and then put some gilding wax over the top of this section here from the blue up, and on the back as well, and then clear embossed just the front, and thought this came out really fun. And so let me show you what that looks like on the corner of a page. So that's what this looks like. And I thought that just came out super fun. And it makes this one really sturdy, like to slide on your page. It's nice and stout. It feels like it's going to last a long time, not like you're going to get a one-time use out of it. So I really like that about the clear embossing powder on the top of it. And so then this is what so whether you go this way or you go this way, these are so durable. And how fun is that, right? That is so pretty. The same with this one. Even this thinner one with just the 2 pieces of Anna Griffin matte foil, it actually works really nice. And I think that is super fun with the stamping and then the transfers on there. I think that's so pretty. And but yeah, so there's that one as well. Right? Isn't that so pretty? I just love how these came out with the embossing powder. So I was just gonna show you with just one. I was only gonna make the one with you, one of them with you, and to show you how I did these. I just like them super flat, so I didn't use any specialty papers or anything. It was just cover stock or the matte gold. I guess that's a specialty paper, but not any of the decorative ones because I wanted it to be really, really flat and then durable with the faux embossing on it. I just love that with the clear embossing powder. This one, I think between the two of them, it's out of these two or the two well, I don't know. The corner one's actually really pretty. I don't know. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite, what style you like the best. If you like any of them, I don't know. Maybe you don't like any of them. Maybe you like it with the paper and not embossed. But let me show you how I did that. So basically what I was going to do was I think we could go ahead and do... Ooh, let's just do this one, and I'll show you all of this. You'll get the embossing, you'll get the stamping, and then you'll get the transfers as well. So this being Anna Griffin matte gold, I had to use something permanent on it, so I used StazOn ink. And when I did it on the cardstock, I used to get those crisp images, I used Memento tuxedo black ink. So this is what I use on the slick surface, is StazOn, and that's what I use on the cardstock. And that gave it a really nice, gorgeous impression. Really, really pretty. And this one's made to look more distressed. So yeah, how pretty, right? So pretty. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I think what we'll do is I'll cut 2 layers. I'll just use this one here. And we'll cut 2 layers of gold and 1 layer of white cover stock. And let me do that and I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, so now that I've got my pieces cut, my 2 gold and my 1 white, and this is that heavy cover stock, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Anna Griffin Climbing Rose Slimline embossing folder, and I'm going to emboss each of these at the top. Just a little bit, though, on these, because I'm going to stamp Anna Griffin's butterfly right in the center. So, and I want it to go on an angle to give it a bit of interest. So I'm just going to pop it in there like that. And then this one, I'm going to do the opposite. And that's so when they go back to back, that a line will be identical rather than crisscrossed on each other. So when I put this one in, I'm going to go this way. Try to do it about the same. And then let me run these through and I'll be right back. And I'm going to run them through, but I'm not going to, let's see, I'm going to use, I'm going to go like this. Oh, wait, we don't need, but I'm not going to use the shim and just the folder. And I'm going to do just like this. And I'll be right back. Okay, and when these come out, you'll want to be really gentle when you take them out of the embossing folder, because this embossing folder really embosses. So you want to just be very gentle. And since we're gluing a piece in the center of this, it will help hold all those pieces together. But look how pretty! Isn't that so pretty? Yeah, loving that. And so now what we want to do is we're going to stamp. I'm going to see what that butterfly looks like. And this set is this is from the Treasury Auto Ships Sympathy and Inspiration. I got this as a one-off. I did not have this auto ship. And, or I got it on eBay, one of the two. I think I bought it off her website, or I got it off of HSN, or it was off of eBay. I don't remember. But we're going to take this stamp, and we're going to use StazOn ink, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this on here like so. I'm going to do it just like that. Yeah, I think that'll be... Yeah, I'm going to follow the line. So we're going to do that, but I'm going to use a stamping tool. I think I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to use a stamping tool. Hang on. Let me grab my stamping platform here really quick. This is the new Sizzix stamping platform. The stamp and stencil tool. Hey. Oh, these don't stick to the these don't stick to the platform very well because of the kind of stamps they are. There we go. I had to flip it over because it was on the grid side. It couldn't adhere as well. So now I'm just going to ink it up with some StazOn ink. There's a little cover that comes on the ink pad, and that's to keep it to where it doesn't dry out. And I'm just going to ink it up, and since I'm on a stamping tool, if it doesn't get as dark as I want it, I can then go ahead and ink it up again and stamp again. So I'm just going to gently put a little pressure on it. Hoping for a... Oh, maybe I should keep obstacles out of it. Oh, and I love that. I think that's pretty. Okay, so now I just need to do the other one. So the grip mat allows this not to shift, which makes it really nice if you want to make sure you're going to get stamping in the same spot. Let's see what this looks like. I wonder if I'm going to have to... I was hoping to just kind of finagle the bookmark around without having to take this out. Oh, I could go there. I would be happy right there. So let me ink this up with some more StazOn. Here we go. And put some pressure. Firm, gentle pressure. We don't have to do CPR on these because they don't like it. There, I'm loving that. I think that's pretty. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. I think that's beautiful. Okay, now let's put some transfers on. Let me clean this off and I'll be right back. And then I was going to tell you too, alcohol wipes are really good for getting that StazOn ink off. I use this stuff. I get these wipes off of, these are lens wipes for your glasses. And these work great for cleaning stamps off and little things you get on your top plates of your stamping stuff. So, okay, just one sec. Okay, so now we get to put the transfers on. And so basically, what do I want to do here? We're going to grab out something that is going to be really fun and look cool. I try to do a cluster and then a flower. Something. We could do this one. This one will fit on there pretty decent. But I want to do the same on the front and the back. So let me just go through these. And these are the floral ones. So you got some purple, some pink, some blue. I do like that pink one. This pink cluster is actually really pretty. And there's 2 of those. So we could do that one. And we could do a purple flower on the bottom. Oh, let's do that. Let me find one more of this flower right here. Okay, so I have 2 of those. And we have 2 of those. So let's go ahead and use those. That'll be really fun. Now I can pop all these back. Or I'll put these back later. So now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to cut out the ones that you're going to use. So I'm going to use this one. And we'll pop this over. And I want to use this one. And then we'll pop that over. And then we're going to do this one. Yeah, you can layer on top of transfers. They do really good. they'll just collage together really nice. So what I'd like to do is start with this one first, see where we're going to end up. So I think this one's going to go here. It's nice that they're opposite and this one's going to go there. So let's just see what happens. So, and don't be afraid to go over your stamped image either. And I would think I want to get the bulk of the, the bulk of the pink, I think. Well, if I'm going to get any yellow of those white and yellow ones, I'm going to have to go about there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that way we can still see the butterfly. And you're just going to take a burnishing tool. You can use your bone folder. You can use a popsicle stick. This happens to be a redesign with Prima transfer burnisher. And you can get it on, I think, at Joann's, scrapbook.com, Michael's, Amazon, anywhere they sell crafting supplies. You can pick this tool up. I can't remember where I got mine. And then you're just gonna transfers. You just place them and then burnish them down really stinking good. You just burnish the heck out of them. And then what I like to do, the nice thing about this is it's a slick surface, so it adheres really well. So I like to take, I like to check the edge. And I don't glue this together yet. And the reason is because any extra pieces of the transfer that are over, that don't peel off, I usually break the edge of them. When I'm pulling up a transfer, I usually break the edge, but because I wanted the edge to be smooth, I just wrapped them over what didn't peel off. I just wrapped it over, and they'll just stick to the back. So there we go. And then, yeah, and when you use transfers, and all the little pieces that you have, these will fill gaps in, so you can save the little, like, if there's leaves and stuff, you can save those. So let's go ahead and see what the purple one is gonna look like. Let's see. Hopefully there's space for this one. Oh, and there is. Wait. Ah. See, it's already trying to, because it's slick. Let's see. Do we want to go this way? I'm trying to see if I can, how much of, I'd like to keep quite a bit of the pink if I can. There we go. So I'm going to try to keep most of these green leaves down here. So I'm going to burnish these like so. And I am on non-stick matte. This is like the Tim Holtz non-stick matte. It's similar. Might even be the same stuff. But here, I'll show you what I generally like to, when I'm checking to see, like, you'll see if it's not burnished, you can keep burnishing. And then it should, like, break, so to speak, right at the edge. See, like that? Wait, it's still not burnished. It won't break if it's not burnished, if it's not sticking down. See, it's breaking there. And that's generally what I like to do, is it to break, and then I can save those pieces. The sides I would prefer if it all peeled, and then oh, don't touch it though, because these like to stick to your fingers, oh, like crazy. And then these I'm just gonna fold over the edge like that, and then just run your finger over to make sure everything's burnished down, because sometimes they'll pull up when you're doing it. But right, isn't that so pretty? Right? How pretty is that? And then I didn't realize you were going to see the stem like that. We'll use that one on the back. And what I'm going to do, since I know that now, I'm going to cut that off. It didn't happen on any of the other ones. But I do want to keep, I'm going to keep these. these leaves because I can use those for something else. I did that on a bunch of these other ones. I just filled in. Like that was an extra piece I filled in. That was an extra piece I filled in. Those were extra pieces I filled in. That little white one was an extra piece. So yeah, you can fill in. Like this one was an extra piece. Like they're handy everywhere. So now let's go ahead and I trimmed that one off. Yeah, I don't like how that stem is, but I don't think you'll even notice it after we get it all done up with the embossing powder. Let's see if we can keep that. Okay. Just trying to keep as much of the pink as I can because it's so pretty. I'm just burnishing it really good. Whoops. Oh, you guys are shaking. Sorry about that. Fake earthquake. We'll see how this is doing. Nope, not yet. So this has a wide end and a narrow end. And sometimes in narrow end, you can get more pressure. Yeah, see? See, like that? It pulls away. I love it when it does that. I like it when it's a clean edge when it does that. Sometimes it'll be jaggedy and look very distressed. And sometimes that's not the look I'm going for. Give it just a quick jerk. And if anything peels up, you can push it back down and then press and burnish the rest of the transfer back down. See? Oh, yeah. I like this edge. This edge is a little... I lost some of it, but that's okay. Totally fine. But now I can keep these pieces. And see, this is what I used on the bottom of... like this one, but it was the opposite. But it was the edge of... and then like one of these went there. See, like that? And yeah, these are super handy. You want to keep the backer for them. I think I pitched it. I'll just... oh yeah, I pitched it on like reflex. So I'm going to keep those. Okay, and now there's a purple one to go on the bottom and fill it in. And we won't have that. So this will be my front. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, part of it was in the flower design. Okay. See, I'm going to go like that. Burnish it down really good. Nope, that one. Oh, that went. Oops. Don't touch them, though. Oh. So then sometimes this happens. To where when you're taking it off, they stretch. Be very gentle. And you can kind of... I should have just put it back down and burnished it, and I didn't. But that's okay. And you can... there, and then you can pull it off that edge. Yeah, and then pull it off away from it, and then roll it over on the edge. Okay, yeah, you don't even notice. That's okay. And see, look how much better that looks, not having the little stem in there. That looks really pretty, huh? I like that. And these stick to your fingers like really good. Sometimes I can't even get them off. Whoops. Okay, well, can I save these then? Oh yeah, that's still good. I can still use that later. Those little leaves. We'll keep those. Those are good. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and adhere it all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to put some score tape down. I want it to hold it right now. And the score tape for me, these pieces that are kind of popping out, will help keep those pieces in. So I'm going to go up close to the edge here. And I'm going to put 2 strips of score tape. This is Sook Wang score tape, so it's really nice score tape. And then we'll glue the rest of it. No, I'm going to do 1 more strip of score tape because this is foil. I don't want to see any wrinkles in the foil, and I don't know if you will. So rather than take a chance, I'm just going to go ahead and use a 3rd strip of foil, or a 3rd strip of adhesive score tape. I'm just going to make sure all my glue or all my adhesive is on the inside, not sticking out on the outer part of the bookmark. And then I'm going to put art glitter glue on the top of it to help make it permanent. And to shift it. I'll be able to shift it around by having this glue on the top of the score tape. So I'm going to put glue around the top up there. And I'm not actually worried about the glue coming on the outside. I don't want it to, but if it does, I'm not worried because I can just wipe it off. It's not like I'm placing an embellishment on a card. So there we go there. So now I'm just going to line it up with this one as best I can. And then adhere it down. And I don't know if that's dry yet, so I'm going to take something else, put it on the top of it, and then press and burnish over the top of, like, you could use copy paper, whatever's sitting on your desk. I'm using an embossing folder because it's the length of it. See, it's fine. Everything's fine. So I'm going to flip it over, flip this one over, and do the same with this one. So let me get this adhered, and I'll be right back. Okay, we got our double-sided bookmark. And then there we go. Totally awesome. And so now what I want to do is I want to use my gilding marker on it. This is Gilded Envy, Redesign's new by Prima, their new gilding marker. So you just shake it up first. It doesn't say to, I do though. I think it's like any other paint pen. You have to get everything stirred up in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over the edge with this marker. So that way it takes away the white. And you could do this now or after you emboss it. It doesn't matter. I think there's only a small difference. It might be more gilded looking on top of the faux laminating. But I don't honestly know. This isn't really working that well. So whenever I have problems, I just dab it, and then use the marker and get it going. Because sometimes you get junk on the tip and it doesn't like to flow. So you have to get it off the tip. And so once it starts to free flow really nice, then I go back and start using it again. I've been using the dickens out of this thing though. There, that looks pretty good to me. Now I can go back. And this, you don't want to go over it too many times when you're doing this. You want to go over it, try to just go over it once if you can. And then once if you can, like I did too many times at that other section. One time though, let it dry and then go over it again. Yeah, then go over it again after it's dry. You just have to wait a few minutes. It's not a big deal. And I do this on the top and the bottom. So that way I get both white edges. Because this has white edges is why I'm doing this. And I want it to all be gold. And that's from the back. You can see from the side of the Anna Griffin matte foil. Is white. It's got white edges. There we go. And now normally I would just let this dry. I'm not going to. We're going to go ahead and we're going to clear emboss now. So I'm just going to pop this on here and get my clear embossing powder. Hang on. Okay, here we go. I just went ahead and got a new paper because I wanted a bigger sheet actually. So I'm just getting my regular Versamark clear water stamp pad, and it's been used a ton. And all I do is I just squish it right onto the top of the whole bookmarker, like this, and just make sure it's got nice coverage with the Versamark ink like that. Then I just I have the Recollections, a large granular clear embossing powder, and this came in a big bottle. And this is a Jennifer McGuire hack. She just dumps it in a big tub like this, and then she has little clips on the top of the lid, where she just keeps a. Oh wait, here, I better get this on here, or it's not gonna stick. Cause it's a the ink is what makes it all stick. So then I just used a spoon. I use a spoon and dust it, and then flip it over and finish covering the rest. There we go. But she has a spoon in hers, and she does all her colors this way. I only do this one, and I think I have white, the clear and the white, because that's what I use the most. And so then this goes just like this. So you always have it. Oh wait. So then you just, after you do that, you're going to do this twice on each side. So then what you want to do is you want to hold this on the edges at the top. You want your heat gun. I use a Wagner embossing tool or heat gun, and you want it nice and hot. So I let mine run before I even start embossing. And this is going to be loud, and I'm really sorry about that. This gun is loud. But I let it run for about, 10 seconds or so. About 10 seconds or so to heat up nice. And I just test it on my hand to make sure, like, I don't try to burn myself, but just like, is it hot? Yeah, it's getting hot. So then I start at the bottom like this, and I hold it just a couple of inches away. And what I'm looking for is it to pool. Like, I want it to pool. Like, it beads up, and then it starts to pool. The minute you start to see the bottom bubble, it's getting too hot. But what you're looking for is it pooling. And not beating, it has to pool. And like kind of just flow all together. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm sorry about it loud. I don't know how to edit that part out. And then once I get towards the top, you do not want to touch it. Do not touch the embossing powder. It will leave fingerprints in the back of it. So then what I do is after I get to a certain point and I can't go anymore, I let this part cool off. And then once it's cool that I feel like I can touch it and it's not going to burn me, I flip it over and just on the sides, not touching the embossing powder because you'll leave fingerprints in it. I flip it over and I finish the rest. I just very carefully grab a hold of it, and then I'll finish the rest. So let me finish the rest of this. And then the other trick is when after this cools, I stick it back on the table. This is non-stick. I stick it on the table, let it cool. And then once it's cooled, I'll flip it over and do the other side and then repeat the process. And then I'll do that 2 times on each side. So let me go ahead and do that 2 times on each side, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished the second side, and you want to be careful not to touch the back while you're heat embossing the other side, because this heats up and you can still put fingerprints in it. So you'll want to let this cool off on a non-stick surface for a second before you put the second layer on each side. So I still have to do that. Hang on. Oh, and one more tip. Once you see it melting and it's pooled, you want to move on. You don't want to just stay in one spot for very long. You want to keep moving the gun. Just keep twirling the gun, even if it's small twirls, so you don't burn it. You want to let it pool and then move on. Another tip. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here's ours. And yeah, the transfers do crack a little, so if you didn't notice that, I don't mind it. I think it adds to the vintageness of the bookmark, but like, right, how fun is that? And this thing is super stout and like totally faux laminated. I thought this just came out just like faux lamination, but you don't have that really wide edge when you actually do laminate it. So yeah, really fun. And now all there is to do is add a little top portion, and I just get some crocheted ribbon. I actually have an idea to add some fun wax seals and little metal gem to the top. I have some like pretty little brass flowers, and I wanted to make some little wax embellishments to clear wax embellishments to hang off of it. Um, but I just got those pieces today, and I haven't had a chance to do that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this little ribbon. And I guess I could go ahead and add the charms to them, those little brass charms. I think it would be a hoot, and wouldn't add too much bulk or anything. You might have to worry about the pages a little bit, but at the top of these, I think they would be fine. Just because this generally sticks out of the top of the book anyhow. So I thought if we just added a tiny charm with the little beautiful floral wax detail with a brass charm on the top of that, or a gold charm on the top of that, I think would be so pretty, especially with that beautiful crocheted lace. And right, what do you think? What do you guys think of this technique? The faux laminating. I think it's super fun, and I think these will make a beautiful gift. I got an idea of I have an idea to do a trifold card that has a pocket for the bookmarks, whether 5x7 or slimline that I'm working on. So hopefully I'll have that card tutorial up. But yeah, let me know what your favorite is. Let me know if you guys are having fun with the bookmark die set, if you've gotten it, and what fun things that you've done to yours. I've seen a bunch of people having fun with it on the Anna Griffin Facebook page and on HSN's Facebook page. So that's been a hoot. Total inspiration for how everyone's decorating them and stuff. And let us know what you guys are doing down in the comments. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for hanging out. And until next time, happy crafting, everyone. I hope you have a terrific rest of your week. Thanks. Bye-bye.